everyone! Welcome to the Freshwater Purls Knitting Podcast. My name is Hope and I am coming to you from Lansing, Michigan, where I live with my family. It has been a long time since I've podcasted. I attempted Vlogmas and I think I lasted like 3 or 4 days and found that I think I'm just not the type of person who can vlog. It made me really self-conscious and I had a hard time keeping up with it, I guess. So if you tuned in for Vlogmas, thank you for trying to stick with me, even though I did not stick with it. But yeah, now it is like almost the end of March. And if you can hear that in the background, I have a 7-month-old and 3 other children. So I have 4 kids and the baby became extremely needy and I just wasn't able to do the things that I would have wanted to do in my spare time because there was no extra time. I didn't get a whole lot of knitting done after Christmas time. A lot of my time was spent with her, but I really wanted to get back into podcasting and I thought if this is the way I can do it, even though the baby is in the background fussing, I hope that, I still wanted to try it. So hopefully it's not this bothersome all the time. She's really just bothered that she's in her bouncy seat. So yeah, so it's Meadow and I coming to you today, I guess. I don't know if you can see her. She's right there. Nope. In her bouncy seat there. We have a really small house, so I kind of shoved things everywhere, and here we are. So anyway, I thought I'd get right to the knit along that we did for Christmas because it's just not okay that I'm that far behind on a knit along. But I finally went to, now I'm below. I think everybody's content now. So the knit along was meant to be a Christmas knit along that helped you be motivated to finish your Christmas gift knitting, or any knitting really. But I'm super behind. But so today I went on the Ravelry group finally and went on the random number generator and there were 23 entries. And so I did numbers 1 through 23 and I included my first post just because it was kind of easier that way. Sorry. And the winner was, I believe her name is Peggy. And it was post number 16. And she did the bend hat. So, and Peggy, I don't see your last name, I don't believe. But I will contact you, Peggy, on Ravelry. Most of the time, I would just kind of wait for you to contact me. But since I am so late and you probably are not watching this for your Christmas Carol anymore in March, I will send you a direct message on Ravelry. Let me show you what you're going to win, or what you won. First, I'm going to give these 2 skeins of Quince & Co. And it is the Chickadee base, which is like a sport weight, I believe. And I'm trying to figure out what color. Is the color Delft? Delft? I think. I should know this because I bought it. But so I'm giving you 2 skeins of this. I don't know if you can see it. It's really fun. I really like Quince & Co. Super squishy. And then I'm also sending these 2 skeins. It says that they are fingering weight, but when I knit with it, it actually felt more like a lace weight. So I doubled this to make a fingering weight. I made a dress for my daughter. But this is by Ribbit Reclaimed Yarns. Let's see, it's too bright. Ribbit Reclaimed Yarns. And my friend so this is her business where she takes sweaters and like unravels them and so it sells the yarn that she gets from that. So this is a mixture of merino wool, angora, and cashmere. It's super nice and they're 50 grams each, lace weight. like I said, and I doubled it when I made something out of this because I bought about 5 skeins of it, a sweater's quantities worth. And it was really beautiful. It's really soft. So I thought maybe that would be fun for you to try that, and you can kind of see what my friend does. And I will link to her. I don't know if she has an Etsy shop anymore, actually. Anyway, I will put it in the down bar, Rivet Reclaimed Yarns. She does have an Instagram. So, yes. So I will be sending that out once you send me your address, Peggy. Also, I want to thank everybody for joining the Cal, even though I wasn't very good at keeping track of everything. I'm really sorry that it took so long. It's probably not a smart idea to do your first knit along after you have a baby. Sorry, my daughter's yelling at me. So if you have any dogs or cats or kids or any type of pet, you'll know that as soon as you start doing something, they come and they want something, or they start yelling at you. So anyway, I'm back. So let's move on. So thanks again for joining the Cal. I'm not going to have another Cal right now, but when I have more time, I will try again to be a better knit-along leader. So let's get right into finished objects. Last time I was working on a lot of Christmas knits, and they're all gifted. So if you want to see what I was knitting for Christmas, and what I've been knitting the past couple months, it's on my Ravelry, or I'm sorry, not on my Ravelry. I'm really bad at updating Ravelry. It's on my Instagram, which is Freshwater Purls. So you can check that out if you're interested. I'm so sorry I don't have anything to show you. I did finish my vanilla socks. And those are... I have these. This is all I have to show you for finished objects. I finished these vanilla socks that I was working on. And these are for myself. They were knit with my hand-dyed yarn. Go ahead and go downstairs. I have a little spy. So here it is. I really liked it. I really liked the way that this yarn knit up. And then I did my heels, toes, and cuffs with, it's Quince & Co. Finch in some sort of blue color. So I really like them. They're super cozy. I didn't realize that this was a, like non-superwash, I believe. Let me see on the, sorry. Anyway, this felted a little bit. I actually put my socks right in the dryer. I'm a really bad knitwear washer person. So I always put them in the dryer, and I know some of you are probably flinching at me saying that, but it didn't work this time. It bit me in the butt because it totally felted, but it doesn't matter. It still works. There's no nylon in it, so that is something that I didn't realize either until after I had knit it. I should have known because it felt different, but it doesn't matter. They're just for me, so I've learned my lesson. At least I've learned it on myself. So yeah, so these are just the vanilla socks knit with my hand-dyed yarn. So that is the only thing I have to show you for finished objects. I'll go right into what I'm knitting on now. I'm not knitting on a whole lot of things. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time, but I have like different projects for different moments, I guess, in my life where I have more time, less space for actually using my brain, and more space. So, yeah, there's a few projects that I'm not really getting anywhere on, but that I have going. So by the time I edit all the things out of this video that you don't want to see, this video is probably just going to be a few minutes long. Oh well, it's a podcast, right? Okay, so I will show you the first thing that I'm knitting on. This is my Take Everywhere knit. You hear Meadow laughing. And it just stays in my purse. I take it to like doctor's appointments, when I just have one kid anyway, and I knit on it then, or if I'm waiting in line at the pharmacy, or anywhere. It's just kind of like my car / doctor's office knit. And this is just, it's a plain vanilla sock. And I'm knitting, you know, this color isn't coming quite true. Let's see. It's a little bit blown out from the sun. Or, not the sun, but from the window. I'm knitting it with Madeline Tosh Hydroponic. It is amazing. I wish it was coming out more true. This is kind of showing like a mint green, but it's actually like a aqua turquoise color. But I purchased this. The dogs. I got this yarn as a gift. A friend of mine gave me a gift certificate to Woven Art, my local yarn shop, and I bought it because I love the colors, and it seemed appropriate for a birthday knit because it seems very like birthday cake-esque, I guess. So the toe is knit. I used my own hand-dyed yarn for that. It's just kind of like a tonal. There we go. That's an accurate picture. Color representation of it. So that's my hand-dyed yarn. And then, yeah, so the hydroponic. And I'm knitting them on their zings. You can see them. And they are 2.25, I think. Yes. And 2.25 is kind of just my go-to size for socks now. Sorry, I'm holding my dog here. I got them off of Amazon because I wanted to see if I would like the magic, the circulars for Magic Loop socks. Because I've seen a lot of people using the double pointed needles for socks, and I just like the way they look. I like colorful things, I guess. I don't know if I would buy these again. So the first pair I ordered off Amazon, it was really wonky. Like, the joins were horrible. I couldn't even get the yarn over it without, like, splicing it, and it was terrible. So I contacted the seller on Amazon, and they sent me a new pair, but they still aren't awesome. I think I would like the double-pointed needles more than I like the circulars because I don't think it's just like a fluke. I don't think that two pairs of needles have terrible joins by coincidence, I guess. So, yeah, I like them. They're fine, but next time I will purchase the double-pointed needles. And I do like the zings. They're super light. So anyway, next on my needles, this is a newer knit that has also, here's Rowan because he won't stop bugging me either. I was super inspired by Molly of A Homespun House to cast on the Nora skirt by Petite Knits. It's a super sweet skirt with suspenders, and I'm knitting it for my daughter for her birthday, which is next Monday. The pattern calls for fingering weight yarn, but I don't have anything right now that I don't have enough of it for a skirt for her, and I didn't want to purchase anything because I already bought her birthday gifts, and I didn't want to spend any extra money. So I decided to knit the Nora skirt out of sport weight yarn. Well, I'm knitting it out of Karen Simply Soft. It's just like you can buy it at Walmart. It's really not my favorite yarn at all, but it's cheap and washable. Sorry, the dog. And the weight is like it's like a lighter worsted. It's almost, I think it's probably a sport weight yarn. So yeah, I don't actually know the color, but this is it. And so like I said, it's the Nora skirt by Petite Knits. And this is what I have so far. I was debating on whether to do like a brown or gray for the skirt, but she is very much a lover of girl pinks, purples, things like that. So I decided to just do the pink. I'm hoping it turns out because I really loved the skirt that knit and fingering weight yarn. I liked how it fell, how it laid and stuff. So I hope I don't mess it up by trying to use an acrylic sport weight yarn, but it doesn't matter because I think she'll love it either way. And it's really cleverly knit. This is my first petite knit pattern. But so it's knit kind of top down, and it's lovely. Like it has this kind of like a brim, I guess, but and there will be elastic in there. Yeah, so I am really liking it, and it's been a fun knit. I've been taking it to like the park and stuff when we go because I'm kind of just in like a stockinette section. So this is the Nora skirt by Petite Knits. And I am really loving it. I think if it turns out, I'm going to probably knit like at least 2 more because I have 3 daughters and of course they all need one. I'm hoping it might even be finished by Easter. And maybe she can wear it for Easter. Yeah. So I think I have a kid coming. Nope. Okay. So that is one easier knit that I'm working on. Okay, I forgot to mention that the Nora skirt I am knitting with my Knitter's Pride Marbles set, and these are US size 4, 3.5 millimeters. And I like these alright, but I'm going to hopefully be switching to a Haya set within the next year anyway. I gotta convince my husband that that's a valid purchase, even though I have thousands or hundreds of needles, it feels like. Okay, so the next thing that I'm working on, I think I've shown you before. I'm not sure if I have any progress, so I'll just show you quickly. These are just kind of in my basket of knitting for when I want to work on them, but they're for my husband. And I'm knitting these with Chiagu needles, size 2.25, double points, and this is with Knit Picks Stroll yarn. This is, I think it's called Midnight Heather, and actually this is oh, I forget. It's like a sock yarn that you can buy at Michael's or Joanne Fabrics. So yeah, it's kind of just a garter rib pattern. I sort of made up and sort of stole from, not stole, but I used there's a pattern on Ravelry. When you click socks, it's like one of the top sock patterns. So yeah, so I'm knitting those, kind of. They're not very fun because they're for my husband. So they're just not as fun to knit. Yeah, so that is those. Last thing that I'm working on fairly regularly, it's kind of my go-to knit right now, is some little cotton rabbits. I've knit them before for my kids, but I decided to cast on a few more. I'm knitting 4 at a time, like concurrently, not like on the same needle at all, but I'll just show you a few little parts, I guess. So here's like a head, here's a head. So I have 4, jeez, my dogs, 4 little heads all over the place. I have a bunch of arms, there's more arms. I have this like huge bag of bunnies. I'm trying to find some bodies so you can see what I have. So here's one of the little bodies. I'm trying not to get it so blown out. Here's another. Now my inspiration for these came from a book that we are reading currently, and like my kids and I are reading aloud. I'm reading aloud to them, and that is this book. So that's kind of what I'm knitting, and I'll show you now what I'm reading, just because I have not knitting a whole lot. But so the reason I'm knitting the little cotton rabbit pattern right now is because we are reading The Green Ember, which is a wonderful story by S.D. Smith, and it's published by Story Warren. Let's see if I can show you. It is so good. I really like it. It's a really fun story. Like, I am looking forward to what happens as much as my kids are. I think the hashtag that they often use for the book that S.D. Smith uses, or maybe his fans came up with, is Rabbits with Swords. So that gives you an idea. It's kind of an adventure story about two bunnies, Pickett and Heather, and they meet a bunch of other bunnies on their adventures. But we are just like a third of the way through. We are loving it. But so anyway, this bunny here, the bunny body, I'm going to make into something that looks similar to Pickett. And then I have another body in here that belongs to Heather, the rabbit. I have a friend named Heather as well. But this is the body of Heather. So I'm kind of making them to go along with the story that we were reading, to kind of make it more exciting, and just for fun. And I am making 4 because I was originally going to make them as Easter gifts for my kids. Then I decided I might consider starting some sort of Etsy shop with stuffed creatures. I'm not sure if I can't remember who it's a super popular pattern. I have to look to see if you can sell the finished product. But so I'm trying to decide how to kind of add some income to our family and to just have fun knitting a lot of things that that kind of pays for a yarn in return, I guess. I'm sure lots of knitters kind of think about that at some point. But yeah, anyway, so we are reading The Green Ember right now as a family. What I'm currently obsessed with is this book. My Knitted Doll. Look at those. I'm trying to reduce the glare. I got this from my library. They're so cute. Let me see. Oh my goodness. So I would love to knit a few of these. Let me just show you a few pictures. This one, oh my goodness, I love her. There's also, oh my goodness, this one is so cute. I just love them all. You see that? Oh my goodness, they're her little feet. There's some in here that have like boots and I think here's a whole picture of all the knitted dolls. Let's see if you can see. Let me see, this one has like boots and there's like a boy dolls. I might make that for my son, but I am obsessed with this book. It's by Louise Crowther. It's my knitted doll. So after I finish the bunnies, I'm pretty sure I'm going to cast on a few of these guys, and I'm so excited. And the next thing that I'm reading, I decided to have a reading segment. I've had it before, but it's like an official reading section to kind of keep myself accountable to actually reading something, and just for fun, to kind of introduce new books if you haven't heard of them. I am reading Last Child in the Woods. I have read this before. It is by Richard Louv. He's written other books. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. But anyway, it's so good. It's just about getting kids outside in nature and letting them explore, teaching them how to enjoy themselves outside, to being creative outside. And it's just like the title says, like The Last Child in the Woods. It just reminds me of being a kid and my mom having to call us in, like, come inside. I asked you so long ago to come inside. That's kind of the feeling of the book. And it just shows, it talks about like the effect of nature and being outdoors on mental illness, like all sorts of childhood anxieties, stuff like that. Yeah, so if you're looking for a fun, interesting book to read, this is a good one. And I was inspired to read it first because we, our method of homeschooling is largely based on Charlotte Mason. She's like kind of like an icon, I guess, not icon is not the right word. Charlotte Mason is just really inspirational in the way that she taught children. And so we kind of follow the methods that she experienced and teaches in books. And this book, a lot of Charlotte Mason homeschoolers have read this book and recommended it. So if you're looking for a fun book to read, and you don't necessarily have to be a homeschooler, you'll love this book. It's really inspirational. It'll inspire you to get your kids outside and to maybe even enjoying more outdoor time with them. So that is what I'm reading. I'm trying to find my notes. If only you could see how messy this place is. I think that's everything on my list of things to do, and my hair got crazy. I'm so sorry that this episode was so choppy. It's not my intention to have it be this way every time, and it's also getting dark, so I think the video's quality is getting darker. But I really just wanted to touch base with you guys and kind of get back into the community. Like I said, I haven't had much knitting time. What I have is pretty much what I've been doing for like 3 months, and it's kind of wearing on me. Not that I haven't been able to knit, but just not having free time. I love having 4 children. It's so, going from 3 to 4 kids was surprisingly, I don't want to say easy, but joyous, I guess. Going from 2 to 3 was much harder for me than going from 3 to 4. But you just forget how much children, when they're young, when they're just a few months old, how much they require. And I'm just wrapping my head around that, and I know it's just for a season. And someday we'll sleep again. Someday we will get out of the house again. Someday we'll just have more time. But for now, it's okay. But I am hoping to be here more regularly. I'm going to make a goal of 2 times a month again. I don't know if that will be achievable, but I hope so. Just 1 second, okay? So I will hopefully see you guys soon. Please feel free to join the Ravelry group. It's the Freshwater Purls Knitting Podcast group. You can find me on Instagram at Freshwater Purls. And if you have to email me for any reason, it's freshwaterpurls@gmail.com. I'd love to catch up with you there and kind of connect and get to know you. So yeah, thank you for joining me in my chaotic life, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.